Well, hey everybody, it's Dr. Carmen Bryant, and this is Car Chronicles. You guys ready? All right, let's do this. So I wanted to do a story time. The reason why I wanted to do a story time, because I want you guys to see if this is a situation that you guys have been through. By the time you're watching this video, it probably has a title, because as I'm talking, I don't have a title yet. I just thought it was an interesting story. So I was having a conversation with a friend of mine, known her for years and years and years, and she has children by a narcissist. She dated a narcissist for a very long time. This is a malignant, low-functioning, overt narcissist. This is the one, if you guys listen to any of my other stories, was the one that believed that if he has children by different women, that they're not supposed to put him on child support, but they're supposed to be obligated and grateful at the fact that he allowed them to have kids, that he gave them a child and they should be paying him. So he thinks that he's a pimp. In his mind, he thinks that he's a pimp because these women that he has, who also become flying monkeys and he also likes to triangulate with, he feels like if he has a child, number one, you guys know how narcissist thinks. He believes that is his property, and not only are they his property for life. Doesn't matter where they go, who they meet, if they marry, whatever, they're forever his property. And on top of that, because you have a child by him, that you owe him money. That they owe. This is exactly how he thinks. I know some of you guys are like, what? But he feels that if you have a child by him, that you owe him money. You're supposed to pay him money because you're supposed to be grateful that he gave you a child in the first place. You got a child. Here you go. Now you owe me money. Not child support. Now I'm supposed to be helping you. Second of all, he won't work. He won't work. And he's the type of person, he's malignant. He's even abusive to his own parents. Now his mother happens to be a narcissist as well, so they clash and they bang heads a lot, and she just won't let him just overdo her. There's always in a narcissistic relationship, whether it's a romantic relationship or a mother-son, mother-daughter, father-son, daughter, whatever, in a parental relationship, there's always going to be one narcissist that is always more dominant than the other one. One is going to be the dominating narcissist, no matter how violent the other one is, and this individual happens to be very violent. His father is, bless his heart, his father is more docile, doesn't like trouble, doesn't like problems. So what he'll do is remember when I told you guys you got to parent your kids, because you cannot reward bad behavior with gifts. I'll just give it to him so he'll stop, just give it to him so he'll stop having a temper tantrum. Now you got these adult narcissists that have big old giant temper tantrums to get what they want. And he's the type of person that would tear up his father's house, tear up things that are valuable, punch holes in the walls, all because he wants a sports car. All because he wants a particular car to make him look a particular way in front of people. So now his parents are stuck, or his father's usually stuck, paying a car note and an insurance because he has a lifestyle that he has to maintain. His clothes, those name brand clothes and shoes that he gets them from the women. And if he can't get money, or if he can't get clothes, or he sees something that he wants and he wants them to get it, he'll beat them up. I'm sorry, y'all. He assaults them and beats them up. Like bad. And then they give him what he wants. And so he always makes sure he has a lot of supply. And like I said, a narcissist can't pour out all of himself into one person because they have to keep going back to refuel from another source of supply. And so, they got a main supply that provide them with shelter or housing. And in this situation, his father. And usually when he goes to a new supply, he'll find another supply that will maintain, and it just happened to be a friend of mine who has kids by him, provided him a household, fed him, took care of him, did his hair, whatever, but he always had these other supplies. And one thing he likes to do, if that one particular supply won't give him what he wants, he'll triangulate. He's messy. And I hate to say it, because most of the time people say that women are messy. Women can be messy, women can be catty. It just so happened that there are some men that are like that. I mean, it's terrible, and this particular one, he catty, he messy, he trifling, and he likes to triangulate. So he gossips with these different, supply. So he can't get something from one of them, he'll talk about them to another one of the supplies, and he usually listen. And this is not to downgrade any nationality, ethnicity, sexual preferences, genders, whatever. His mindset is, because he also has some Hispanic in him, I mean, he's black. His mother's black. His mother, I think, is mixed with some Hispanic, whatever. But and this is what he said. This doesn't come from me. This is what he said. He likes Mexican women, and he does have children by black women as well, and some white women, Caucasian. I was going to say blackazoid, but he has African American supply. He has Caucasian supply. He has Mexican supply, Hispanic supply. His mindset is, what he'll do is he'll say that the Mexican women are better than the other women, so that they'll start arguing back and forth. And what he says is, he usually looks for the Hispanic women, Mexican women who have daddy issues, so that he can play a part and become their daddy. And they call him daddy. But he looks for Mexican women who have daddy issues. He said this himself. Then what he does is he boosts them up, so then he'll have these women arguing with the other women, whether the African American or Caucasian women, and he has the Mexican women tell the other women that Mexican women are better than African American women or Caucasian women, and will argue with the African American women to tell them they can't grow their own hair. Now, this is how petty this is. They can't grow their own hair. They can't grow their hair to a certain length, and Mexican women are made for black men. This is ridiculous, y'all. I mean, this is totally ridiculous, but this is the type of drama that he keeps up. This is the kind of stuff that he does. And if one baby mama or if one supply doesn't do what he wants them to do, now he in prison. Now, he done went to prison for assaulting another woman. He's in prison, and I don't know what it is about the prison system, but they let them have the iPads, the telephones. He's assaulting, well, he is threatening them. You know, he's threatening other suppliers on the phone that if you don't send me money or put money on my books or do this or do that, I'm going to show you something. I'm going to come by your house and do this. I'm going to do this and do this. And what he'll do is he'll send these flying monkeys, these ignorant young girls that are low self-esteem, low self-worth, and a lot of them are out trafficking themselves and then throwing it in other women's face about how they're making money. They're taking picture of all this money. No self-esteem, no self-worth, ignorant young women that he knows that he can manipulate, and he'll talk to them, triangulate, and whenever they get angry, they'll harass the supply or the ex-supply that he can't get anything from. Now, some of the ex-supplies have cut him off, and they're happy he's in prison because they can finally get a break, get away from him, start to heal, whatever. But the young ones that are still connected with him, he tells them whatever. And then he'll send them out to the other supplies or the ex-supplies' houses to cut their tires, to scratch their cars, to threaten, to call back to back off of numbers. You know how people do. They create these phone numbers or whatever on, the auto, whatever the calls are on, and call them back to back or text them and insult them because he's made them mad and said something to them about what the other supply said that they didn't say, so that they'll start picking up. So as soon as the phone rings or as soon as the text come through, you already know that they've got a problem with him, and he said something about the other supply that the other supply, who doesn't exist and is not even connected, said about them. So they'll send so you already know. And the sad part about it is that a lot of the women not only have low self-esteem, have mental health issues. Major depressive disorder, PTSD, anxiety disorder. A lot of them are cognitively slow. And I don't mean that in a negative way. They are intellectually and cognitively slow. And on top of that, maybe not and a lot of them also have language barriers. And so they're saying stuff or insulting, other supplies or ex-supplies. And a lot of the language is a language gap, so they're not even saying it appropriately. A lot of them don't have jobs, and the ones that do have jobs, he tries to get the money from. Listen, do you hear the story? Do you hear this story? So I wanted to tell that story because I was having a conversation. I asked her, I said, do you mind if I tell this story on TikTok? She's like, go ahead, child. Go ahead, big dog. Do it, big dog. And so I had to tell the story because it's sad, because these women that are already traumatized, these women that already have issues in their life and daddy issues and abuse, and a lot of them are into sex trafficking and things like that. Those are the ones that he uses, and he makes them look stupid. He makes them look stupid. And this is what he does. This is what narcissists do with these supplies that have no self-worth, no self-esteem, nothing. and then they project themselves on these other suppliers. He triangulates to keep the drama going. Petty, petty.